All right, let's get to the quick tips. In case you're not aware, we're doing a video every day, Monday through Friday for the next 2 weeks, just sharing little tips, tricks, and answering a lot of your guys' questions. So the thing we're talking about today is behind the scene cameras. What camera do we use to film our behind the scenes videos? So the first main camera that we use is actually a camera we can't even show you because you're experiencing it firsthand. As we speak, we are using a 5D Mark IV that Brandon is on the other side of the lens filming with. So that is our main go-to camera when filming behind the scene videos. If you're someone that likes to argue, there's definitely gonna be a lot of debate on this. As far as Canon, Sony, Nikon, there's a lot of amazing behind the scene cameras out there. Not just behind the scenes, but just good cameras in general. The reason why we've stuck with Canon is because our Red camera as well has a Canon mount that we use for most of our videos, almost all of our videos up until this point. So it was easiest to take off the Canon lens from our Red camera and then put it on a Canon camera. So it just made that process significantly easier. Now, the three main cameras that we use for our behind the scenes channel is the camera I just mentioned, the 5D Mark IV. The other one, and I would say more often, this one actually gets used equally to the 5D Mark IV, and that is this guy right here. It's the 1DX. When we bought it at the time, it's the 1DX Mark II, mind you. It was $6,000. I believe it's gone down since then. The reason why this a lot of times takes over is if there's a potential that we might have, depending on the stunt that we're pulling off, if we need 4K at 60 frames per second, this camera is capable of doing that. The Wolf 5D Mark IV can do 4K, but it can do it at 30 frames per second. So that's one of the big reasons. If there's a potential, we might use it as a secondary camera. More likely, we'll also bring this camera as well, or we'll bring this instead of the 5D Mark IV. Now, the third camera that I think is worth mentioning, honorable mention, that is very similar to the camera you're experiencing right now. As far as image quality, it's the 5D SR. Now, in case you're not aware, this camera is focused on photography. It's one of the highest megapixel cameras out there. I'll have that pop up right here. If we're filming a video and we don't have a lot of room for cameras, if we're traveling abroad or traveling anywhere for that matter, if there's a potential that pictures, photography is gonna be a big part of that, we'll bring the 5D SR instead of the 5D Mark IV, Mark III, or potentially even the 1DX Mark II. So each one, they have a different reason for why we're gonna use it. As far as just price and general quality, the 5D Mark IV is gonna be incredible. It's the main camera I use for all of our tutorial videos. If we're out on location, realistically, we're probably gonna bring this one because it does act as a second camera. But if photos are gonna be a big part of it, then we're gonna be using this. So every camera has a purpose and a reason. So that is our quick talk today on the main camera we use for our behind the scenes channel. I'm actually really interested in what you guys are using for your cameras and whatever you guys think is the best camera out there for what you think we should use for behind the scenes. I would love to know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Over and out.